Hey, how's it going? My name is Ricky, also known as Bear Shaman, back with 3 more Game Jam games from the 2024 Game Dev TV Game Jam. So, Little Bird told me that you shouldn't make the opening 5 minutes long, so I'm not going to do that. But this time, if you'd like to hear my ramble, stick around the end for now. Let's just talk about some cool games. Ooh. The first game I'd like to talk about is Last Fantasy: The Final Stand by Satinel. Before this game, I had never touched an auto-battler in my life. I've been a fan of the RPG genre since I first played my copy of Hillsfar for my pop's Packard Bell 386 work computer right around the same time I got my copy of Shining in the Darkness for Sega Genesis, and that was a while ago, so I've been playing them for a while. And although I love modern Japanese and Western action RPGs both for their addictive third-person, fast-paced and challenging gameplay, the exploration, the world-building, and the atmosphere, especially when combined with old-school NPC conversations, I have to admit that for the most part, I don't find many of the modern interpretations of the classic non-action RPG genre to be very compelling. And modern Japanese RPGs have seemingly abandoned direct conversation with unique NPCs in town, and I think this is a huge mistake. And that's not helping that whole situation. But let's get back on track, okay? For the most part, I just prefer the style and construction of older RPGs. What can I say? Huge pauldrons, flowing capes, and protagonist headbands. Timeless classic design choice. And there are so many translated and untranslated RPGs I still haven't played that I want to play that I usually find it difficult to even consider playing modern, full non-action RPGs. And the idea of playing a stripped-down little auto-battler made even less sense to me. I just didn't understand the point. But if they're all like this, I think I do now. With its whimsical little furry party members, a mishmash of unique and interesting enemy choices, and its great and varied number of music choices, the aesthetics of this game alone make it worth playing. But it's the slick, fast-paced, but somehow relaxing, therapeutic gameplay itself which really impressed me and forced me to think twice. The opening is straight out of Brave Fencer Musashi, with the classic unlikely hero being summoned to save the kingdom RPG storyline. The portal idea and implementation is perfect, with an ever-expanding party of unlikely allies being summoned after battles throughout the portal. The battles themselves are way more fun than I expected. The mechanics are explained to the player in this really well-made tutorial at the beginning of the game to help get them pointed in the right direction. Each combat scene is 4 minutes long, with each real minute of time passing representing 1 hour of in-game combat, where the player can pause or speed up the pace of combat slightly with clicks on an arrow, or greatly increase the speed of combat to their heart's content. There's an auto mode where your party members choose and attack targets on their own, or you can click each party member individually and assign a target to them. My only real suggestion for this game would be about that, actually, and maybe consider letting the player use numbers as a shortcut to switch between party members, instead of having to click them each individually. I think that would allow people to play a little faster, but I mean, it's not something that has to be done, it's just an idea. Most of the combat strategy is going to revolve around choosing which enemy to have each party member attack. In general, I find enemies with high attack to be good targets for party survivability, and quickly killing enemies with low HP is a good way to gain currency. The fights can get very tough and intense, and it feels really good when your party just pulls through with all your spoils intact just in time. And if things get too hot during a battle, you can always run away, losing one of your castle's lives in the process, but keeping the gold you've earned so far, otherwise you lose half of it. I imagine most of this is pretty standard for the genre, but I wouldn't know, and I found its implementation to be really good. And just to keep things interesting, halfway through each combat scene, the monsters go into a frenzied mode and become twice as strong, which means you're probably not going to want to go auto fast forward for those parts. In between battle scenes, you can upgrade your character using the gold you've gained while defeating these never-ending walls of foes to buy party members new weapons or upgrade the current weapons they're wielding. Or you can buy a really cool hat. It's like the only defensive item in the game. The weapons are actually half defensive, and they'll give you bonuses on some of them. It's kind of an interesting system. It really makes you think about which weapon you want to go with each of them. They all have different attack times too. But if you don't like the items available for purchase, or if you've already bought the ones you wanted, you can spend a steadily increasing amount of gold per shopping visit to re-roll the items currently available for sale. Buying a party member or duplicate of one of their current equipped items upgrades that item. and at certain points in the game, you'll find new, stronger waves of weapons available in the store. Embarrassingly, I had no idea that you could equip 2 weapons per party member until pretty far into my first playthrough, making my experience a pretty challenging one for quite a while. But Satnal has done a great job making that more obvious to players like me, and streamlining a few things. But honestly, I do think a one-handed only weapon challenge mode might be a nice option for people looking for challenge. It was around that time when I was struggling mid-battle and had to stop fast-forwarding and start using manual that it really all came together for me. A pleasant distillation of killing monsters quickly, growing my party in their strength, watching lots of numbers go up, selecting and upgrading weapons, and with just enough interaction demanded from the player to keep them properly oxytocing out. And the unique mishmash of music and enemy choices helps keep things fresh the whole way through. If you've done a game dev TV course or two in the past, you should look out for some old friends, I'll put it that way. Incredibly polished and addictive, this game is so fun it made me rethink my views on an entire genre. And I think little challenge runs, like going through one-handed, can add to the replayability and challenge levels if you're into that sort of thing. Really just a well-made, laid-back, and enjoyable experience, so go check it out! The next game I'd like to talk about is Fortune99's fun and unique little title, Last Gunman Standing. Unfortunately, I can't actually talk about this game because if I do, it will ruin the experience. Almost like this guy knew I was planning to make this video and didn't want me to talk about it. Seems just a little too convenient, don't you think? Just, who is this guy? Better check Lycos, huh? What? Lycos doesn't have the answer? Fetch, Lycos. Well, this is serious. We're gonna have to check Yahoo. Hold on. Oh man, no luck. Alright, time to bring out the big guns. Good old Alta Vista. Nothing beats that. Wait, Yahoo owns Alta Vista? When did this happen? Hold on, wasn't there a super elite group of hackers that blew up a van on the news a while back called Fortune? And there's 99 of them? Oh, I'm a big dude. I could probably take 1 or 2 of them, but 99 of them? Oh, that's no good. Oh, I better take preventative measures here. Come on, not even WikiHow? Alright. Hey, look, Fortune99, you win, okay? You win this round. I won't talk about your game because it would ruin the experience for them, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to recommend they check it out, okay? Just let me go. Call off the other 98 guys, and we'll forget this ever happened, okay? Check it out. So the last game I'm going to talk about today is Engulfed by Spiritbeard, Flavido Game, and Eugenia. The first thing you're probably going to notice about this game is this charming, cohesive pixel art style. I mean, just look at that load screen. You almost feel bad for the seagull, but A, he's not bleeding, and B, seagulls are kind of jerks. Anyways, he's made of pixels, so it's not like this game is an English pensioner at a food stand on a beach simulator or something. But it's the mechanics of this game which are really probably going to draw you in. They're explained in-game through some fun and funny dialogue with this first NPC. It's a really cool touch. I'm a big fan of immersion wherever possible, and I think this is a great example of building the tutorial into the game itself in an immersive way. So the meat of the game is chopping and preparing food for a steady stream of paying customers, with a variety of unique recipes just waiting to be unlocked. Different customers have different food preferences you need to cater to, and each recipe gives a customer a unique buff. Why in the world would you care about buffing customers? Well, so they can go punch some seagulls, of course. Marauding seagulls are constantly pecking away at the player's supplies, and a happy customer with a full belly means they will happily take care of them. In between seagull waves, you can check your unlocked recipes and buy more supplies with the money you earn from customers. There's a nice level of strategy in juggling what to buy between each wave and what to serve each customer, and there's this real hectic feeling as the game continues, which it's not really overwhelming, it's pretty addictive. Unlocking recipes keeps this game interesting, it adds more strategy, and gives the player plenty of motivation to keep unlocking them. And then topping it all off is this really cool, really chill synthwave and chill soundtrack by Eugenia, which suits each situation perfectly. A really fun and high-quality game, a unique and addictive fusion of cooking sim and tower defense, which I really hope to see more of. Check it out! Hey, this is Ricky, also known as Bear Shaman. So this is going to be a quick ramble this time. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting me and has said really nice things. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. You have to battle your neuroticism, but just wanted to say thank you, and I'm glad that people are checking these games out, and I hope you check these games out, and I hope to see you in the next Game Jam. And I do think it's a grave loss that they have removed direct NPC conversations in Japanese RPGs, most recently in the new Star Ocean and Final Fantasy Remake. I think that really is kind of destroying a lot of the identity of the RPG, because one of my favorite things has always been talking to every NPC in a new town, and then after an event you can talk to them again and see what conversations have changed. They're great for world building. You feel more connected to the people in each land, and it feels like they're just throwing that all away, and I really wish I knew why. I wish I understood where they were coming from with it, because I think it's a really bad idea. But anyway, my nephew once said I had strong opinions on everything. He said, "Why do you have to have strong opinions on everything?" And I don't think he's right. But I do have strong opinions on some things. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Later.